You fools! You'll never defeat me. Now face the wrath.
Why is he so hot? What?
I think it's just that epic miniature. It's really doing a lot for me, too.
Yeah, maybe. But he's also kinda...
Silence! As I was saying, face the wrath of my metal army, crafted here in my Eldritch Foundry.
Dude, where'd you get all these minis?
I'm subscribed to Eldritch Foundry's Eldritch Unlimited with unlimited STL downloads. Now can we get back to...
Eldritch Foundry's amazing! I never thought I'd have the perfect mini for my demon-born, half-elemental, cat-folk, warlock, bard multi-class with a bunny wizard familiar, but here she is. Thank you so much for printing her.
Yeah. Sure, Jen. No problem. Now face my wrath!
Welcome back. Welcome back. I just had to remember that it was me doing the introduction and Dave.
Timing.
Yeah, I was sitting here earlier today thinking, well, what can I say during tonight's introduction? And I suddenly realised it really don't matter because there's a 10-second skip button on YouTube and you're probably pressing it right now. So I'll just flick this up and say, well, you can watch this video on YouTube and those of you watching live can listen to me ramble. So how players, how are you? Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks since I saw you. And Michael, you didn't
I feel like it's been a month and a half.
It has been a month and a half. Yes. You picked up something nasty at Gary Con. An illness that sounds really weird.
Gary Con, I did.
What did you pick up at Gary Con? I mean, yeah. Everyone goes away. Yeah.
You had an epic Gary Con. You came down with a crowd afterwards.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll do it all over again. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't regret none of it.
Yeah, watching your YouTube, not YouTube, your Instagram feed, with all the celebrities coming along signing your table.
It was star-studded. It was cool.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
There's a fantastic lot on that. If you don't already know, do go and check out Mike's company. It's the Weather Dragon. Absolutely fantastic gaming tables. But go check out the Instagram because you'll see little videos that he's posted, all the D&D celebrities there. But more than that, even better than that, the artists were there. Yes. That's the killer. Getting to meet the D&D artists that we grew up, that's driven all this stuff. That's what I like the most. Even though we're talking about Pathfinder.
But that don't matter. I mean, Pathfinder was born from D&D, so it's fine. It's fine. And welcome back, Alan. Join us again from the future. Hope you're okay. It's very early there in the morning.
Oh, you're going to have a great day today, tomorrow. Such a good day.
he said, "Oh wow, yeah, what a great 6 a.m. 5:30. You got up for this.
The sun literally coming up outside.
It's always sunny in Australia. That's what the adverts say.
It is. Yeah, it is. Except when it's not.
And it is winter there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's freezing here. It must be 22 degrees Celsius.
You sod. We're up into where are we? We're getting into
double figures. That's all that matters.
We're in double figures. Yeah, we're the high 14s right now. Okay.
What have you got your t-shirts on?
I got my hoodie right here in case it gets cold.
Mine's over there.
Mine's there.
At 10 o'clock when the temperature plummets, I'll be putting it on. So you're actually coming to the UK to experience our thrilling weather in a few weeks for the UK Games Expo.
I am so excited about that. It is looming like a giant bugbear. It's so close. I have so much to do, but I'm super excited. Yeah, it's going to be good.
So I know we talked about this last time. So if anybody joining us tonight who didn't watch the last stream, you can go and watch it on YouTube, as I said earlier. But you, of course, had a successful Kickstarter earlier this year, where you developed the Wayfinder Pathfinder.
Ooh, look at that!
We got some
Purdy.
photos here. Do you want to just give us the elevator pitch before we start?
The elevator pitch, a beautifully made, faithful replica of the Pathfinder Society iconic Wayfinder compass with the Grand Lodge design on the base, made from machined brass and nickel alloy. It's an actual real compass. The bezel moves. It's absolutely beautiful. If you missed it on Kickstarter, there may be an opportunity for you to buy it in the future. But yeah, we're top scoop news for Banded Badges people first around the world, except for the Kickstarter update that I sent out to the backers last night, is we're about to pull the trigger on manufacturing this week. So that's going to be fantastic.
Nice, fantastic.
And yeah, nerve-wracking. Yeah.
And for owners of the Wayfinder that you've produced, they can actually be used as a magical item in organised play at conventions. So if you own one, it will count as one of your other magical items, and you can benefit from the effects.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'll be able to use it as an other item in organised play and get a free heal in between sessions. So it's got utility. It's not just nice to have. It's a game thing. That's what we're trying to do with the products that we make for Paizo, is make sure that they've got game utility as well. So they're not just a thing you buy and then put to one side.
Yeah. That is very cool. And hello again, Richard, the Weathered Dragon. Not the Weathered Dragon. I'm on something else tonight. It's been a long week. Warrior Prince 3D.
Good evening, mate.
How are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad.
It's hard to say this. For those of you who don't realize, we've been talking for half an hour.
We have.
Before we go live. Yeah. We've done all the catch up. You are, yeah.
But that's in it. It's like, well, we've caught up. I know everything. You instantly assume that everybody who's watching knows what we know, but we've been, as you say, been talking off air for half an hour, looking at all the delightful things that sit on Richard's desk next to him, like the hands that are holding the book up, for example. And
somebody in the Twitch stream. Somebody in the Twitch stream should have to do the intros. And
it's like when we do interviews as well. We ask a lot of questions before we go on air. It's like we've already asked that.
Then we're deflated.
Dear me.
Right. Anyway, welcome back. So Dave,
thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're going to be probably a key member of the team this week, I would imagine, knowing what you're going to do as soon as we get back into playing.
Well, as I say, it was the last thing I said before we logged off previously, because I don't want to forget that.
Yeah. And last but definitely not least, it's Chief Badger himself, David.
Baby G.
David.
Hello. That's it. I'm busy. I'm ready. I'm ready to play a game. Look, okay, it's Thursday. It's the first game.
It's not Thursday. It's Friday.
Sorry, it's
Are you
Friday.
mental?
it's not Friday, it's Saturday.
Don't confuse me even more. Right. Yeah, it's the second day of a 4-day streaming session. So yeah, we did Beadle Grimm's. We Q&A Beadle Grimm's yesterday. Today we're playing Pathfinder. Tomorrow, what am I doing tomorrow? Oh, Deadly Quest. And Sunday I'm playing in the Strahd game. There we go.
You're a madman.
I know. And we got BadgerCon. BadgerCon is coming, a few weeks away. We need the sunshine to come out because it's been raining a lot.
I think we should
Is
start.
BadgerCon, is that your convention? What is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the warm-up act for UK Games Expo. That's now how we're selling it.
Yeah, that's how we're promoting it. It's not completely true, but that's how we. It's like me saying we're the warm-up act for Critical Role on a Thursday. So it's not. It's kind of true, but really isn't. So BadgerCon is coming. It's a few weeks away. BadgerCon is basically a bunch of D&D Pathfinder players, role players, getting together, in one location, which is one of our guys has this huge garden. We're going to have a barbecue. We might have a hog roast this time. Richard comes along as well. He brings up like a pop-up shop. We play one-shots all day. We have a battle royale. We start at 9 a.m. and we go on till past midnight. So yeah, it's a thing. And now it was just the Badgers barbecue, but now it's become BadgerCon.
Awesome.
So we're good.
How many years in a row you've been doing it?
5. This is our 5th year. So what we're doing is what we're doing this year is every player has to bring one level 5 character, and they go from table to table to table, and anything you win, all your loot, your gold, your magic items, you can take it into the next game, and then into the next game.
That's cool.
And so you have the murder mysteries, dungeon crawls, heists. You could do everything. Battle royale.
All right,
So
I'll get my plane ticket.
All of the DMs are currently working out how they can screw the later DMs over.
It is a beautiful day.
Items.
That's going to be quite fun.
Yeah. Richard's been there for the past couple of years now.
I say this will be my 3rd one this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Can I show everybody one thing real quick?
Go for it.
Go for it.
This is when Larry Elmore was signing stuff. This is the portrait that I chose that purchased. Yeah. And he wrote to the Weather Dragon.
Nice.
So I just have to find a perfect frame and beautiful spot for that.
You got Tannis and Sturm.
Tannis, Sturm, Tika, and I don't know if that's Karaman coming out of the floor. I'm not sure.
Probably.
But I can't wait to get that on the wall.
Cool. Very nice. I need to get some decent artwork up in here. I think I've got my map. That's my Lord of the Rings map. But I would love some D&D pieces of artwork, I think.
Oh yeah.
I just need to find space to put all the statues I keep printing and painting.
That is true.
I've already bought 2 new big bookshelves just to start putting things on, and 2 new drawer boxes to be able to put D&D terrain stuff and characters and monsters.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Space manipulation.
Yeah. You don't need air.
I'm just looking at your stuff, Mike. Just looking at your stuff on Instagram. Wow, this is good.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have we have this as well. So this is just to shout out Beadle Grimms. Beadle Grimms, these are our sponsors for this. They make dice and our gorgeous character chronicle books that we're doing. Oh, obviously there's Paizo, Eldritch Foundry, get 10% off, use Badger24 as your code all over the world. Doesn't matter where you are, 10% off. And we've got Turbo Dog, Steve Jackson Games. Meredith isn't here, but Meredith, congratulations on your marriage. Well done. Yeah. Congrats. That's why she's not here.
And to show off the Turbo Dork paints and to show off my thing.
Whoop. There you go.
Oh, nice.
The metallics are amazing. I don't know how well he comes through on the
skull
with the shift and that.
Yeah.
But
that is very good.
That is amazing. And we've got here, where is it?
The Turbo Dork paints go beautifully through an airbrush.
And here is some of
this.
Look at that pretty thing.
Look at that.
No. Pretty does not describe. That is a goddamn beautiful piece of work.
Yeah.
It's very majestic. Very king and castle esque.
And Umbrella Cool.
I can't fathom how you do it, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah. Little Resident Evil vibes. That's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
The Kraken is underway. That's the current build.
Yeah.
That's
the octagon table.
The Kraken. Right. We're doing a little bit like Glass Cannon, just chatting for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
let's get on and roll some dice. Steve, start the game.
Thanks, Dave.
Taxi service.
Go.
So, where we last left off, you were blockading the church. Want a better description? You'd entered the church. You'd found the teleportation circle. The dead had risen from the churchyard and were descending upon the church. They'd smashed in windows. You had skeletons come in windows. You managed to defend and kill those, but there was a horde of zombies coming towards the door. Captain Ladris had managed to use a few of the pews to block the door, but when we were at the top of the last round, the door had been smashed in. Zombies were inside the church grounds, and more worryingly, a prone Professor Kingsman, who was concentrating and trying to activate the teleportation circle, along with Lex, had been attacked by a giant spider-looking creature. And just to remind everyone how horrifying that looked, it was the Scalathrax. It had sprayed some sort of toxic oil all over Lex and the Kingsman. And where we left off was at the top of the round. I'd had my go with the Scalathrax, and we finished up with you, Richard. Darren, it is your action.
Okay. Taking sort of stock of the room, I grip my holy symbol. I say a brief prayer to Iamade, and focus solely on my healing magic. My eyes open and glow, and a beacon of divine magic bursts from me.
Okay, so you're going to use the 3-action version.
3-action heal. Yeah. So I disperse vital energy in a 30-foot emanation. Targets all living and undead creatures in the burst.
Okay. So that does 4d8, if I remember correctly. And there should be a circular prop, so we can.
Okay. 8, 14, 17, 18 damage and 18 healing to everyone. Okay. 18 damage to all undead and 18 healing to all living fellows.
And it's a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's everyone.
If I remember correctly, it was everyone and also a lot of the undead.
Okay, so it will get both skeletons. The Scalathrax is unaffected because it's not undead.
Yeah.
And I'll rule that it gets that skeleton. I'm pointing the wrong screen. It will get that skeleton there as well, that top one. So their health is not enough to withstand 48, even if you used to roll 4. So you can lose those off the map immediately. They are out. Ladris, was you injured at all?
No.
No. Okay. Right, roll your 48 for your healing.
17.
Good work. So Lex was injured, so I don't think she'd lost 17, but she'll get those back. And Kingsman, I think you lost about 16, if I remember correctly.
Did. I'm basically back to full health, really.
Cool. Right, that was a very good move. Very, very good move. Right, that is your turn over, because that is all 3 of your actions. After you is Ladris, and then Kingsman.
Ladris is going to pick up one of the pews and use it as a battering ram to push as many of those undead fiends back against the wall.
Yeah.
In readiness to drop it and run to that circle.
Got it. So can you roll me an athletics check, please?
Yes, I can. So I add, I think it's 4 to this for my athletics.
If you have skill in it, then you'll also add your efficiency bonus.
Let me just have a quick look at that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use one of those little tokens to re-roll.
Okay.
Nice.
One of my little hero points, because I don't think I did as well as I'd like with that. So we've got my strength and my athletics of 9. So I'm going to re-roll. Oh, okay. I think we need to validate this.
Is it an at 20?
I think we need to validate that.
Go for it.
Nice.
There you go.
Very good. Very good.
Done.
Right. So I rolled absolutely.
That's the best
crud.
spend of a token ever.
One of mine. So I rolled 4. Okay. As an opposed roll because you would get 4 zombies with this bench. I rolled absolute crud. One of them was a natural 1 as well. So you managed to push all 4 of them back against the wall, and 2 of them lose their balance and go prone. So that was very well done. Right, you've got 1 action left. You want to make a beeline towards the teleportation circle, or are you going to stay there and sort of hold the bench?
I'm going to try and hold the bench. Is that an action to hold it there, to hold them, or can I crush one of their skulls under my foot?
Yeah, you can make an unarmed attack against one of the ones that's prone on the floor. Yes.
Yeah.
You'll get a +2 circumstance bonus. That's a complete
opposite. That's actually the complete opposite of a.
Right. So I will draw. Because we're using these, we're using the critical from the deck. There you go. So this card says you deal damage to yourself instead of the target. So somehow you lose sight of the zombie's head and you manage to stamp on your own foot. So let's roll 1d4 damage.
Okay, 1d4 damage. Oh, you're rolling it, are you?
No, you can do it. I'll make you do it. It was your
call. So yeah, it is. It's just 2 points of damage.
See, that 20 made Steve all blurry.
Yeah, it made me all blurry. Look, should put cards in front of the camera. Right. Okay. So you take 2 damage. So you're still there. You're still holding the bench, but you didn't do any damage to the zombie at all. You trod on your own foot.
Looking round to hope nobody saw what just happened.
Probably not. Kingsman, there you are. You're still levitating in the centre circle. You're surrounded by all this magical energy. You're wielding these arcs of electricity between your hands, trying to figure out how to make this final step and complete casting of the spell.
What was I doing? Was it intelligence or was it wisdom?
It was an arcana check.
An arcana check. Okay, here we go. So I get +6. I got a natural 19 +6, so I'm doing good.
So with this second roll, you basically figure out all the symbols in the correct sequence in your mind. So you can hold that in your subconscious.
I'm doing the whole Doctor Strange thing, like the time thing. It's there, and I can start manipulating and twisting these things around.
Correct. And now you know the correct sequence. So all that's left for you to do next round is cast the spell.
Okay. You hear me shout out. I'm about ready to go. If pack up your belongings, get your asses over here. I'm gonna leave. But there's a bloody great big spider in front of me. If somebody can take it out.
So with that, Lex is up next, and she's going to take a couple of shots at the Scalathrax. Both of those are misses. So she pulls her crossbow up, takes a couple of shots over your shoulder, but you are slightly obscuring the body of the creature, and both bolts go skittering off its armored surface. So
you're saying this giant spider has armor?
Yeah, chitinous armor.
Just make it worse, Steve.
It's not bar. It's not covered in metal. It's hard carapace. So that's Lexi's go over. The skeletons, thanks to Richard, are all dead, so they no longer get a go, which is good. It's just the zombies left, which are currently being held off by Ladros. So the two that you didn't make go prone, they both attempt to reach over the bench to make an attack against you. So one rolls a 25 and the other one rolls an 11. I imagine the 25 hits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So with that flailing fist over the top of the bench, you take 4 points of damage as its claws reach over and rake down on your shoulder. And as it does so, you feel it take a grip on the back of your shoulder blade, and it pulls its face right up into your neck, where it then bites down or tries to bite down into your shoulder, top of your shoulder and neck. That's an 18 to hit.
What do you want against my class?
Armor class.
20.
Okay, so it only successfully manages to bite down on the armor that sits on your shoulder up against your neck, on that sort of pauldron area. So it doesn't do any damage, but you feel this sort of sharp, blunt force as it bites down. So it didn't manage to get through. The other one that missed with its first claw makes a follow-up attack with its other hand. That is a 21 to hit, which I believe is hit.
Yes.
So you take a further 6 points of damage from that claw, and that one also pulls you forwards and tries to sink its teeth into your neck. That's only a 15, so that also only bites down into the metal shoulder guard. More zombies start to move forwards. Another 2 pick up for the ones that have fallen prone, and others move round the side and start climbing in the windows. So you're about to get surrounded. You're unlikely to hold off 6 of these creatures. Okay, so that's all the ones to the north. Now, to the south, our friend the priest, who, if you recall from descriptions from last week, was walking around the inside of the church, continuously trying to light the oil that sat in the torch sconces on the wall. It now moves up the centre of the church towards the teleportation circle, towards where the Scalathrax is standing, and towards where there is a large pool of oil on the floor. You watch in horror, Dave, semi-conscious, and Lex, and Richard, where you're standing, as the zombie drops the candle into that pool of oil on the floor. There is a brief flash and an intense heat that rises up. Both Kingsman and Lex, who failed their saving throws when the Scalathrax sprayed the oil, you will instantly take 9 points of damage, and Lex is blown backwards against the wall, where she slumps down onto the floor prone. Kingsman, you are suddenly overwhelmed by flashback visions of your session 0 scenario, where you recall you were stood in your classroom and you were suddenly taken back to an earlier time of your own induction into the university Absalom, where you fought a duel against another student. That student summoned forth several spiders, swarms of spiders, in fact, that you lost control of your own flame elemental ability, and you saw horrifyingly as you set fire to other students and other members of the faculty. And then when you came back to your senses, you would in fact unleash that fire on your own class, and that was the last thing you did before leaving Absalom to come to Otari. Can you make me a will saving throw, please, as you are racked with that horrific memory and that fear, that intense fear threatens to overtake you.
Okay. I've got a +7. I've got 17 +7.
17 + 7. That is enough to pass. So you manage to quell those intense feelings of fear, and you realise that this is just another form of attack, possibly, that is being directed at you by what you know is going on at the Gauntlet and all this magical energy that's charged this church.
You hear me call out, I'm ready. We're going now. Get here.
And again, you manage to keep that series of symbols in your mind, so you are absolutely ready to cast this spell. The Scalathrax also takes the 9 points of damage, and these creatures have an innate fear of fire. So at the top of the round, when it's turn, it skitters back up onto the ceiling and towards the bell tower. So it moves away. It does not make any attacks. Jared, it's your turn.
I've seen Lex slump. Ladris is about to be overwhelmed. Am I able to hold my action and just call out to Ladris to fall back and hold my action in case I need to heal again?
Yes, you certainly can. Yeah, you can. Well, you hold that heal action, so you can basically let the bomb go off if Ladris gets overwhelmed and the zombie starts swarming towards you. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Ladris, your turn.
I shall drop that pew and make a beeline for that circle where Kingsman is.
Okay. So you move 3 times using all your actions. I believe you've got 30-foot speed, so that's plenty enough to get inside the circle. So if you want to move your token down next to Kingsman, you can.
Yeah, and is it enough to also just there, or can I strike this zombie?
So you can move 60 foot and make a strike, and I do believe you have a feat that allows you to move and strike as a 2-action feat. So yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've got this. I've got this feat, which is a sudden charge. I think a quick sprint. You dash up to the phone, stride twice, and I'm basically gonna do it. This is what's the town we're in again?
Otari.
Sorry.
This is Otari, and I'll kick it in the chest out of the circle.
Right, roll me a
300
strike.
kick in there. Well done.
I'm just adding my strength to this, aren't I? 20.
That's a hit. Yeah, roll your damage.
What we're doing, D.
I'll let you have D6 for this.
Whoa. That's amazing. 1.
Plus your strength bonus.
5.
5
all up.
Okay, so you kick the zombie in the chest, and it goes flying backwards and falls prone. Now, this zombie, unlike the ones that you were fighting at the door, looks utterly forlorn and weak and dishevelled. It is the zombie version of the priest that used to spend his life in service in this church a very long time ago, and you kick him out the way. He's effectively off the field. is going to cause you no more bother. Okay, that's your turn over. Kingsman, your go.
If I'm still in my concentrated state on this spell and trying to hold it here, and even though all these spheres I've made the save, I'm aware that I can sense one person is near me, but I need 2 more. So I'm going to struggle against the power of the magic, keep control of it, almost like holding an action. I'm going to concentrate as hard as I can to maintain this for as long as I can until the other 2 step in the circle. And as soon as I feel their presence, I want to use my held action to cast this spell.
I understand. You know from the sheer weight of the magical energies that are charged inside this teleportation circle that you are not going to be holding this beyond the end of this round. That's as long as you can hang it.
You can see I am sweating, I am grimacing, and now I'm fighting. I'm not screaming in pain yet, and you can see my hands are shaking trying to hold this magic in place.
Okay, so Lex is still slumped on the floor, unmoving. Do you wish to take any action yet, Richard? Or Darren? Or are you going to still hold until
my intention, I'm holding until those zombies move close.
Yeah.
My intention is then to release the healing. Hopefully destroy them, healing Lex, and then basically I'm diving for the magic circle.
Okay.
Right. I'm relying on the fact that healing her, it will help her get up, and I can then get rid of the danger in the area.
Understand. Right, so it's my turn. So all the zombies are now going to converge. Okay, so this one is going to move down. This one is going to move down. This one is going to move up to you and take 1 strike. That is a 4, so that's only 11. I imagine that misses.
No, yeah, that misses.
This one moves up, takes a strike. That's a nat 20.
Ooh. Can I use one of my tokens to stop that?
Yes.
I will use one of my tokens and get that re-rolled.
I will re-roll. That's a nat 19. So that's a hit. But I don't get to pick a card, which is...
that's the main thing.
It's not a critical.
That's 8 points of damage as it claws you, grabs on, and tries to bring you into this embrace to clamp down with its jaws and to restrain you to a certain extent as well. It misses with the jaws, but it's still got hold of your arm. These others climb in through the window and make their way down. These 2 don't quite make it that far, but this one is going to stand between Lex and the circle. So that's my go done.
We are leaving!
Now you can take your held action, and the zombies went on initiative score 1, so this is now it. This is the end of the round.
As it's grabbing onto me and sort of trying to hold the spell and getting sort of ready to hot-foot it. Get the fuck out of my town. And I will release with a headbutt and let the magical sort of energy disperse from me as my eyes glow and the magic bursts forth.
Okay.
That is an 8, 12, 15, 16. 16 damage to all undead and 16 healing to all players.
Okay.
Nice.
And you dive for the circle.
And literally, it is a case of and dive out the way.
Okay. So all of the zombies take that 16 damage.
Yeah.
None of them go down.
Oh.
They are all injured, heavily injured. They all stagger away as the force of that positive energy makes them take a staggering step backwards, but they don't collapse and are destroyed like the skeletons were the first time you did it. These are tough foes. You catch out the corner of your eye, Lex's eyes flick open as you perform this healing, and she comes to consciousness once again. You also see that she cannot get up quick enough and evade the zombie that stood over her before this magical spell now enacts. All of your vision darkens as this spell activates, and you are suddenly trapped in this magical protective shell. Those zombies that stood on the edge, caught halfway between the inside and the outside of this circle, are neatly severed in two as this dome of powerful magics closes and the teleportation spell finally completes. The last thing you see as you disappear from the church in Otari are more undead piling in from the graveyard outside. And as one, they all fall in unison, lifeless to the ground. You have absolutely no idea where you are headed, where this teleportation circle is going to send you, but you do disappear in the knowledge that you've stopped whatever was happening in Otari. You've stopped the rise of the undead. Lex, however, is not with you.
I say the last thing as we disappear, I've sort of gone to move to grab her. The horror of realizing I might be leaving someone behind. So that is my last. My hand stretched out and I've frozen in situ.
Okay. With that, we're going to jump to Aramil. So, Aramil, it was your watch the night before where you spotted the flames on the horizon. The flames that were coming from the southwest of where you stood atop the gauntlet cupola. Clearly in the direction of Otari. And you saw smoke rising into the sky. There was something going on. The party were concerned. They left. They went to return to Otari to find out what was going on. A few hours had passed. You stayed behind. You wanted to at least stay here at the gauntlet and see if anything else occurred, see if there was any more magical energy discharging from the lighthouse. So you stayed behind. You stayed up on the cupola. It gave you a good, a view out over the surrounding land, so you could keep watch and you could watch for their return. The sun starts to lighten the sky in the east. Dawn has arrived. You see down below you, leaving the ruined keep, several small figures. You can make out one in particular. He's riding a large spider. That is Boss Strong, the so-called chieftain of the Mitflit clan that were living here in the Gauntlet Keep. They are heavily laden down with packs. They are carrying tents and small chests. They seem to be travelling, and it would look from what they're carrying that they're not returning. What would you like to do?
How far, how high up am I?
You're a good 100 feet off the floor.
No. I take a quick glance to see the direction they're heading, to see if I can determine where I think they may be going.
So they're heading north, clearly north, and they would appear to be heading deeper into the swamp and the forest.
North. I'm gonna start working my way down to make some kind of attempt to try to follow them. Okay. Without being caught, keeping my distance.
Yeah. Understand. So you climb through the trapdoor, you make your way back down a spiral staircase that's inside the lighthouse tower, and at the base, just laid out on the floor, there is a small chest and a small pile of treasures, shall we say. And on top of that is a piece of parchment, which I'm going to drop to you in WhatsApp now. Should have done this a little bit earlier. There, it's on its way.
Details.
When that comes through, can you read it out loud, please?
I can, but I'm gonna have to go dark here in order to do that.
Steve, while that's going on, what music do you want in the background?
Let's have the Fog Fen ambient, please.
All right, that's what we got.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I can read this while I'm looking at it, but you're not gonna be able to see me. All right, you ready?
Yep. Go ahead.
Dear heroes, you have defeated the boss and his minions. We are made homeless once again. We hope you are proud of yourselves, and we weren't even planning on attacking Atari until next spring. You struck first and have driven us from our home, just like we were driven from the forest by Atari's druids, forced to settle here in the lighthouse dungeon. Then we were forced from the dark and musty home by the mushroom-eyed people. We had no choice but to come up here under the cruel sun and try to survive, minding our own business, plotting our revenge quietly, planning our attacks on your town. That's right. Oh, clever and brave hero. We mitflits used to live below the lighthouse. There are many, many layers below the ruined keep. We mitflits are clever finders of hidden ways, and we found our little corner where there were no monsters or ghouls to disturb us. Until the mushroom-eyed people came along, that is. Them and their horrible wizard king. You would make some recompense if you, oh great hero, were to explore the lower levels and defeat the mushroom people and kill the wizard king. Yes, maybe you wouldn't feel so guilty about making us poor helpless mitflits homeless once again. By way of reward, I have left you what remains of our treasure that we could not carry easily and have no use for. It is yours as glad payment for your swift execution of our plan to destroy the mushroom people. To make it easier for you, I have left the secret door that leads down to the lower levels wide open. Even your dull eyes and useless eyes should be able to find it. It is in the room next to the tower. For now, we go to search for a new home, deeper into the swamp where we might find more maggots to hatch into giant flies, that we may train as our flying mounts and within a few years launch a devastating attack on Atari's unsuspecting people. Look to the northern skies. In 2 to 3 years' time, we will be coming. Until then, I wish you luck in your endeavors. Remember to tell the Wizard King who the architect of his defeat is. Signed, Boss Scrum.
Thank you very much. Okay, so there is a chest of treasures at your feet. On top, and this is the largest item in the chest, there is a morning star.
Noise. I can't use that, can
I? Possibly not, no. But it does appear magical. There are 4 vials of liquid. There is 1 wolf fang. There is a caltrop snare, and then you count amongst the coins. You manage to find 3 gold pieces and 20 silver pieces. I will send this treasure through on WhatsApp, so you don't need to worry about writing it down. So as you peruse the letter and you take a quick look through the treasures that have been left as your so-called payment for services rendered in the future, you hear suddenly the loud workings of what sounds like gears and locks turning and clunking into place. gears and locks that sound as if they haven't been used in an extremely long time. What follows is a loud screeching sound, and again, you're guessing, but it sounds like heavy doors opening, heavy doors that haven't moved in a long time. And this sound is coming from the room east of you. So if you recall when you fought the giant flies and giant maggots, where you are standing now, to the east of that, there were two entrances, two doors. One set of single doors and one set of double doors. And outside that set of double doors is where the giant scorpion emerged from. And within that room, further on, was an ornate set of double doors that was decorated with skulls. So you didn't open them at the time because you went and rested instead. But it sounds like the doors are opening would be coming from that direction.
I'm gonna take a because I'm alone and kind of hesitant on venturing through any doors. I'm gonna step outside and kind of look in the direction where the rest of the party took off.
Okay, so the rest of the party took off out of the main door of the keep. The sound is definitely not coming from that direction. As you look out into that larger courtyard area where you fought the giant maggots and flies, off to your left, which would be in the easterly direction, you can see the light is shifting. So you can see this play of shadows as these doors, you believe, are opening. Is definitely coming from that area. So light seems to be spilling out of a chamber further in.
Oh, you're going to make me go in there, aren't you?
Go on, be a hero.
Yes,
be a hero.
Yes, a great hero, I am.
I'm going to... Well, what's off topic? What's the deal with the mace? If I pick that up, I just can't...
You can use it. You may not get your competency bonus for it.
Desired effect.
Yeah. But it is magical. I will tell you that.
All right, so I'm gonna all the treasure and stuff. I'm gonna gather it up. Tuck the note safely in my inside pockets. All the treasure. I'm gonna grab the mace as well, and I'm gonna slowly and cautiously shield up, head towards that light.
Okay.
That I'm seeing.
So you work your way east from the base of the lighthouse tower. And you walk over to the double doors where the giant scorpion was being stabled. You look through into that room, and the double doors, the ornate skull-encrusted double doors that were there previously, are now open. Within, you can see a large, spacious chamber that I'll describe in a moment. But most importantly, what appears to be happening at the moment is there is a dome of dark magical energy from deep within the room that is slowly dissipating. For the rest of you, the magical shell that surrounded you is now fading away, revealing an entirely different scene than the one you left a few seconds ago. Below you, an identical teleportation circle to the one in the church discharges its remaining magical energy, and your arrival to this new location is now complete. Clearly, you've returned to the Gauntlet, but you're not sure where. The air in this large chapel where you now stand feels colder and damper than elsewhere where you've previously explored this ruined keep. You see condensation beading on the walls, which runs in rivulets down across countless skulls that have been carved into the stone inside this shrine. You see a mouldering human corpse lie slumped against the wall, its hand wedged into a crack, clearly as if he died trying to pry a brick loose. There are 3 short flights of stairs which lead upwards north from where you stand to a wider chamber where a semicircular dais supports an altar of white stone. Beyond that altar loom 4 stained glass windows, each 20 foot tall and depicting 4 haunting scenes of ghosts rising from overgrown graveyards toward a 4-pointed orange star above. Another 2 skeletons lie to your east, wearing what appears to be rotting acolyte robes. To your south, you can see that there is a large set of double doors that now stand wide open. Beyond them is your colleague Aramil, who is standing in a defensive combat stance, staring somewhat worriedly in your direction.
Attack him because he's clearly the big bad of the campaign.
It was him all along. It's a Scooby-Doo adventure. Do you want me to swap the map, Steve?
Yes, please. I should have said that as I was talking.
Do I see them as they're reappearing?
Yes. So as that shell of magical energy disperses, you can see Kingsman, you can see Darred, you cannot see Lex, and slightly worryingly, you can see Captain Longsaddle of the Otari Guard. The same Captain Longsaddle who was giving you somewhat of a hard time when you arrived in Otari a few days ago.
Now, real quick, I saw the Ladris character. Is Alan? How's that working?
Yeah,
he's got Longsaddle on his name, but who's?
Sorry, yeah. The full name for the character is Captain Ladris Longsaddle.
Okay, it's the same person.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Person, yeah. Okay, so if you want to look at Owlbear, the map is up. So you have materialized in the teleportation circle here, where I'm indicating on the map with my marker. Aramil is stood here in the room adjacent, and this white altar at the top here is what I described.
Oh, that was Lex. I'm sorry. Where's me?
Okay, there you go. I'll put you there.
Okay, so the 3 of you materialize in the room, obviously without Lex. Lex has been left behind, and you can see Aramil in the room next door.
When we've materialized, the amount of magic that this has cost me a lot. I'm kind of covered in sweat. As we arrive, I immediately kind of fall down into hands and knees, just heavy breathing, trying to...
Luckily, you have also been healed as well.
Yes.
Can you make... That's a good point, actually. Can you make me a fortitude saving throw, please?
Me?
Yes.
Fortitude, I get +5. I get 9 +5. Not good, 14.
14. Unfortunately, that fails. So you have the stunned condition for the next 2 rounds.
Stunned. Okay.
As I start to see them appear, I'm going to rush into the room and just, I guess, go right to Kingsman and kind of, is everyone okay? What happened? Where's Lex? My cage clicks open and Valanya runs out, and she runs up to Kingsman, kind of like crawling all over him, just sniffing him. And seems to be very concerned on what's going on.
I will be facing away. I've dropped down to my knees, sort of hand extended, and I'll sort of drop down, put my hands on the floor, and just be sort of whispering, left her.
What happened? Where did you guys come from?
I'll take a minute and sort of get up. Well, what are you doing here? Where are we?
You're back at the Gauntlet.
Look to Ladris and Kingsman. Are they injured at all, or?
No, completely fine. And I'll stride over to one of those tall windows to look out and see if I can get my bearings.
Okay.
Aramil, we left Lex behind.
What happened?
We went back to Atari. The undead were everywhere. We think we found the source of where they were coming from. Well, obviously the graveyard, but the church there. We were inside fighting, and Kingsman found this magical circle, and it seemed to have brought us here. But we were fighting off the dead, and we had to get in the circle as the end magic was released. But
we must leave at once. We must go back. We must get her.
The dead seemed to drop when whatever this was. Kingsman, what was it?
You see me because I'm starting to just read up about it. You see me again on my hands and knees, and all I'm doing is just trying to concentrate on breathing, really kind of putting as much air back into my body as I can. I can't even speak. I don't acknowledge you. I'm just
that. It sort of that snaps me in, and I sort of hand Laramil's chest, and I'll go to Kingsman, and I will start to administer first aid.
Okay. You can do that. That's fine. You make him comfortable, but you realise that he's almost exhausted, so he needs to just rest and recover. There's not really much you can do. You can just make him comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be out for the next couple of minutes. So Ladris, you strode north to look out of the window. Now, normally you wouldn't be able to see through stained glass windows, but these have been damaged over the years by the environment, and there are several panes missing, so which you can look out. You are clearly in the middle of a swamp, so your intuitive mind realizes that what Aramil said a few moments ago was true. You are at the Gauntlet. You've never been here personally yourself, but you know of the building. It's located in the swamp, which is where you work out where you are. So this is clearly within the Gauntlet itself.
And how far from Atari would that be? Do I know?
A hard march, you can probably do it in about an hour. Most people would do it in about 2 hours. You're not far away from Atari.
And given what Ladris saw as we were teleported away from the church and all of the dead drop, am I able to draw the conclusion that we've stopped what was happening in Atari?
Yeah. Kingsman had advised that if you managed, well, he believed if you managed to discharge this magical energy that was stored in this teleportation circle, then that would stop the dead from being risen and revitalized. So clearly that magical energy is now dispersed. The teleportation circle here is dark and uncharged, and you saw all the dead basically drop in one go. So you do believe that you have saved Otari.
So whatever state Kingsman's in at the moment, I'll approach him and I'll hold him by the shoulders and gruffly thank him. I think you've saved Atari, Kingsman. I think that was you. I think you did it.
I don't know if I saved anyone. Where's Lex? We left Lex behind.
We left it behind.
We need to go get her.
Derrid, will you make me a religion check, please?
Natural 19. Religion, 26.
Okay. So there's a few things that you notice about the chambers that you're in. So first of all, I described there was skulls carved into the wall. You also notice some of the iconology on the altar and the stained glass windows. This would appear to be a shrine of Nimbaloth. So Nimbaloth is also known as the Empty Death. She is an outer god who revels in hunting down the recently deceased and consuming their souls, leaving behind haunts as they are denied any form of afterlife. You also notice the acolyte's robes would also back that theory up. You do spot what remains of Nimbleoff type iconography on the rotting material. And the third skeleton, the one that was most closest to you, it's actually alongside the teleportation circle here on this wall with his hand stuck in the wedge, does not appear to be wearing those acolyte robes. It appears to be some sort of rogue or thief that may have broken in here and tried to rob the place. And its hand is clearly stuck into this crack in the wall in the process of described earlier, pulling a brick.
As I've been walking around, I would have spoken this out loud to my companions, and I will head over to this supposed thief, and I'm going to look him over. And is the bone or hand fused with the wall? Can I?
It's not fused. It's sort of trapped in there.
Can I pull it out?
Okay. You reach down, you grab the arm, and you pull the hand away. But what happens is the wrist comes away from the hand. The hand is still stuck there, so that brick is still moved slightly out of place. And you believe the thief may have been trying to access a secret compartment there, for example, and then couldn't quite open it in time. However, as you do that, as you pull the arm away, you suddenly feel overcome with rage and just a desire to destroy infidels and desecrators of this shrine. Can you make me a will saving throw, please?
I back up as he's doing this.
No one sees this.
Oh.
All you see is Darred pulling the arm away from the wall.
I've also now got the Resilient Mind class feat.
Okay.
Does this effect originate from undead?
I would rule no, but I'm going to check.
Well, if it doesn't, it's a 25. If it does, it's a 26.
Okay, it's a pass anyway.
It gives me I rolled a 15. I've got, you said a will check, yeah?
Yeah.
So +9 will, and the feat gives me an extra +1 or +2 if it's from undead.
Okay, so you pass anyway, even with not having the feat. You feel this rage overcome you. That the impudence of these other defilers who suddenly turned up in the shrine, and the one that was trying to steal the treasure. As you are attacked by a wisp that's tried to take over and possess your body. Your steel-like mind holds on to the truth. You know, you are a cleric. You are a paragon of good, positive energy, and you just repel this beast. So rising out of the skeletons, the thief's corpse in front of you, is this flaming blue light, and it's completely prone in front of you. It's at your mercy, so to speak. However, that one tried to take over your body. The other one animates one of the acolyte corpses further to the north. So can we roll initiative, please?
Initiative is plus perception, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so when you've rolled your initiative, please enter it into Owlbear.
Yep.
And Dave, if you... Oh, I can put the map up, actually. so as I said, the corpse of the thief is here, so we'll move Aramil over into that space. Sorry, not Aramil. Move Darad over into that space.
Am I still stunned?
No, you're not stunned anymore. That has worn off. So you are back to normal. And the animated corpse of the acolyte is here to north. And Ladris, good roll on your initiative. So you're
Stunner, another 20.
Steve, real quick, when I grabbed that mace, did I know or sense it was magical?
Yes, it is magical, and I'll just tell you it's a mace +1.
Okay.
Okay, Ladris, you're up first.
So this threatening corpse light has animated a body.
Yes, so there was what remained of an acolyte of Nimbaloth. The corpse light has yes, thanks, Dave. Sorry, I should put that up earlier. So that corpse light has animated this skeleton zombie remnant. It's stood up and is on its way, shuffling towards you, clearly going to attack.
Okay, I'll shout, "This place is death. Everybody out," and I'll go towards it and strike it down.
Okay, so I'd like to move up and roll your attack, please.
And I'm adding my strength plus my longsword. Is that right?
Yeah. So against your longsword entry on your character sheet, there'll be a number to hit.
Yeah.
You just add that to your dice roll.
Yeah. So just add that to my dice roll. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So 21 all up.
21 is a hit. So roll your damage, please.
D8 plus 4. 8 all up. 8 damage.
Okay, that's a good strike as you cut through bone and the remnants of the flesh and sinew on this creature. So that was 2 actions. You had a move action and a hit. So you do have 1 hit left.
I'll just give it another.
When you do attack, you'll have the multiple attack penalty. So your to hit bonus will reduce by 5.
Okay. So we will give it another shot. So that's 13 plus 6 is 19.
19 is a hit. Sorry, did you take the 5 off of that? Was that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that is a hit.
Yeah. So that's a total of 10 damage this time.
10 damage. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Right. Next up is the corpse light. So the one that has animated, it reaches out to you with these horrific-looking sharpened claws, making a strike against your chest. It's a 26 to hit.
That's hitting.
That is 12 points of damage from that attack. Now, you have the feat reactive shield, so you can use your reaction to raise your shield and reduce some of that damage by shield hardness if you wish.
Which I will try that, yes.
Okay, so that's 7 points of damage as you manage to get your shield up in time and deflect some of that damage away. That was a nasty strike. The creature then makes a follow-up bite attack against only a 12, so it only manages to bite into the shield as you raise it in front of you. So that's its go over. Now, the wisp, Darad, that's in front of you.
Yep.
It darts away from you, realizing that it isn't going to overcome your willpower to take over your body, and instead darts towards the other corpse that is laying on the floor and reanimates that dead body, the dead body of the second acolyte. as that rises up from the floor. Okay, that's my go over. Kingsman, your turn.
Oh, okay. So, I can see these corpses being sort of dragged into walking stance. I've brushed off my kind of exhaustion, and I can get in touch with my magical feelings all over again. I'm just looking at the revised rules, and Force Bolt has become Force Barrage now. It's still basically Magic Missile, just a change of name. But I have to use all 3 actions to cast the 3 Magic Missiles, or the Force Bolts.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So I'm going to do that, all 3 actions, and I'm going to cast that on the corpse light, which is facing Ladris.
Yes, okay. So that I don't get any defense against that at all, do I? That is a straight hit, and you just do the damage.
It is 3 1d4s plus 1 to each one.
Yeah.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points of damage. As they shoot out of my hand, one out of each finger, swirling around towards Ladris, and at the last second they go around him and pierce into the corpse light.
The bolts of energy cause the corpse light to stagger backwards as that force of magical power causes it to and take a step back and sort of slump slightly against the wall. That was a good hit. It's looking heavily injured. It's not dead yet. It's
okay.
It's not quite on one knee. Nearly there.
Cool.
Okay, you'll go over. Aramil, you're up, and Darragh, you finish out the round.
Do I know the corpse light to be undead?
Yes.
I'm gonna take 1 action and move up and cast Disrupt Undead, which is 2 actions. It's a 30-foot range, so I'm within range. You got to make a 18 Fortitude save on 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage, Fortitude save, and what was the DC? 18.
Yes.
Right, so I passed on 1 and failed on 1.
If the creature critically fails the save, it's also enfeebled for 1 round. That's all it says. So
yeah, okay. So it's 4. So I passed on. How much damage was it?
4.
4. So 1 will take 4. 1 will take 2. Okay. So you moved up just to get within range of 30 feet, yeah?
I wasn't sure if it's line of sight, if it was going to mess with Ladris, so I just moved to get clear shot.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's your 3 actions over as you complete casting of that spell, and this wave of energy goes out and tries to disrupt the undead. One of them takes more of a hit than the other. I've put the extra damage down to the one that stood in front of Ladris. It's already weakened and was hit by the 3 force bolts in the last action by Kingsman. So that does go down now to 1 knee. It's on its last legs. Darragh, your actions, please.
I'll sort of turn and see this thing zoom off to the corpse behind, and watch as the other one drops down to its knee. I'll sort of draw my sword, and I'll use my sword as a spell focus to cast Divine Lance, sort of slash up in the air.
Yeah.
And it's a 15 hit.
15 misses.
Then I miss.
Oh.
Okay, so this Divine Lance trying to aim between Aramil and the one that's staying backwards just glances off the wall, missing your intended target. That's a 2-action spell, correct? You still have 1 action if you want to move in to close range.
Yeah, I'll move up with Ladris and I'll back him up.
Okay. Right, that's round over. So top of the round, Ladris, it's you again, please.
This one looks pretty down, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. You think a stiff breeze would probably finish it.
I'm seeing Darragh's back up, am I able to just shield wall this thing out the way and move forward to the next one?
Yes. So make a strike with your shield, please.
So that's a straight 18 plus whatever you want for the shield.
Yeah, that's a hit. You manage to shoulder it against the wall, barging out of the way, so you can now move up to face off against the other corpse light, the uninjured one.
Okay. And then I'll take a strike on that.
Yeah.
So we've got an 11, which hits, plus my
I believe if you roll an 11 on a dice, then that is a hit.
Yeah, that hits. So that's going out from it. Oh, that's good. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. That's a meaty hit. Has done some damage. It's still pretty healthy looking, but that's half its health. That's good. Good attack. Okay, so that's your actions over. My attack. The one that's heavily damaged is going to move to you, Darred, and take a swipe with its claws. That is a 20, armor class 20.
Hits, yeah.
And that's 12 points of damage. From the claws, it rakes across your chest.
Just checking the shield block thing at the moment.
Right. So shield block you can do, but you have to raise your shield as an action. You don't have the feats reactive shield blocks. So that's a fighter feat, which is useful because it means you don't have to use an action, but you need to use the action to raise your shield.
I've just got the 3 feet shield block.
Yeah, correct. But you need to raise your shield.
When it's raised, that's cool.
So with that claw attack, it again pulls you in close and goes for a jaw attack. That is a natural 1.
Hey.
That is a natural 1. So
for the fumble, can I finish it off?
I will allow you to have a reaction attack, yes, to try and finish it off.
Ooh, rolled a 13. So that is where's my weapon? 19.
That is a hit. So describe to me what you want to do.
So as it sort of comes in, and I presume it's injured, and it sort of lunges sort of forward, dodge back sort of slightly, and just upper thrust with the sword to take it straight sort of through the.
You push that sword with such force through the underside of its head that the head completely separates from the neck, and you come away with this Yorick type skull just on your sword that you can wave around. It collapses to the floor dead. That one is out of the game. Well done. The other more healthy looking corpse light will step up on you, Ladris, taking a claw strike. That hits armor class 27 for 7 points of damage this time, and it also hits with the jaw strike. Armor class is 20, which I think is your armor class, is it not? Okay,
it is correct. There's 20 plus 2 for the shield.
So the shield, you have to raise your shield as an action to get the armor class bonus. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the claw attack does 7 points of damage. The jaw attack will do 9 points of damage. You can use your reaction to block part of that to reduce it if you wish.
Which I will. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So the total damage you will take is 10. Yep. As it claws you across the neck and then gets a little bit of a bite in. You do take the brunt of that bite by getting the shield up just in time. That's my turn over. Kingsman, you are up, followed by Aramil.
Okay, so which corpse light is down and which is up?
Okay, so the corpse light in front of Darid is gone, so I will just remove that from the map. I apologise for not doing that earlier. It's gone.
Yeah, you might need to bring it back just so it's in the... keep it off the map, but turn it back on, because it's gone in the initiative order. So unhide it off the map.
Yeah, thanks.
And I'm going to make things nice and simple. I was clicking the wrong button. I'm just going to move over to the side, and I can see the corpse light attacking Ladrus. I'm trying to work out what spells might actually work, but because this is a physical body, which is being animated, I'm going to do something pretty disgusting and just chuck a load of acid at it.
Oh.
So I will cast Acid Splash at the corpse light and let it melt in front of him.
Great.
So
has that not got a 5-foot splash radius?
No, it has a 30-foot range, but targets one target.
Okay.
Because it's a cantrip, so it's a low level.
Yeah.
But
so I get reflex save, correct?
I need to check that, but I'm just trying to work out to hit. 16 as an 18 to hit.
Oh, if you roll into it, I don't get a save.
Right. Yeah.
That's fine. So 18 hits. So roll your damage, please.
I did, but it's only a 1d6 plus 1, and I rolled a 1, so it's 2 points of damage. Okay. It's a slow melter.
It's over time.
When it kicks in, it's going to look really disgusting.
Yeah, I mean that small section of the shoulder that you managed to hit with that acid splash does look grim, but yeah, there's a lot more of him to go yet.
Yeah.
That's a 2-action spell. So I believe you've got 1 action left if you want to do anything else.
Is it a 2-action? I need to quickly check.
Most cantrips are.
Yeah, it is. No, because I moved. So I moved, and then
you did.
Yes, that's my 3 actions.
Yeah. Okay, Aramil, you're up, and then Darid, you're next.
I'm gonna cast Disrupt Undead again on this corpse light. 18 Fortitude save, and 4 points of damage again.
18. I failed, so it takes 4 points of damage.
That was only 2 actions. For my single action, I'm going to cast Guidance on Ladrus.
Yep.
He'll get a +1 to a status bonus to 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, skill check, blah, blah, blah. +1 bonus.
Okay, perfect. And Darid.
This thing is looking injured, pasty, or still going strong?
It's injured. It's not at death's door, but it is clearly injured. It's got a nice burn patch in its shoulder from the acid splash. For one.
I will. I'm going to move up and attack it with my sword for now.
Okay. Go for it.
For a natural 1.
Ooh. Oh dear. I shall pull the critical fumble card that I had earlier. What weapon are you using? Longsword? I need better lighting here to read these. Right. You become suddenly insecure with yourself. Your confidence evaporates. You will now take a -1.
It's melting. It's kicked in now.
It has, yeah. It's a horrific view in front of him. It's really put him off. So, you will now take a -1 circumstance penalty to all attack rolls until you roll a critical hit.
Oh no!
That is mean.
Yes, it is.
How long does that last? Is that literally
until you roll a critical hit?
Don't worry, I'll cast Guidance on you
your
too.
life.
Right. I'm writing a note here now. Need to crit.
Yeah, carries over to other games that you play.
Yeah, it follows you, Richard, the player, around forevermore.
Yeah. All the way to BadgerCon.
Yeah. We have to grind your dice up in effigy in order to remove the curse.
That's brutal.
You do have 1 action left. Try and redeem yourself.
Can I go for another attack?
You can. You will have the -6 to this roll. Yeah.
Come on.
Rolled an 18.
Okay.
So +7, 25, -6, 19.
19 hits.
Hey.
It's not a crit though.
No. 7 points of damage.
That's a good meaty hit. Okay. It's starting to get ready to go down on one knee. It's teetering. It's nearly there. Okay, so that's the round over. Ladris, you're up next. You think with a few swift strikes, this creature will be vanquished?
Yep, I will take a couple of strikes. The first one is a 27.
That is a crit.
Oh, okay. So I'll roll my damage.
Yeah, and it's double damage. So roll twice the dice, please.
Twice, right? That's awesome. Let's get 2d8. That's a nice one. Picking my favourites out now. That's 9, 6, 15.
How do you want to do it?
Whee!
Oh, I want to. It's up to the hilt, through the guts, lifted off the floor, and then I'll just draw the sword out with my foot against its chest and let it slump down onto the ground.
With all the rage you can muster, you bodily lift this reanimated corpse from the floor, utterly destroying it. You drop its remains, and as you say, you pull your sword majestically from its chest. It is down. The fight is over. You have overcome the enemies in front of you, and the shrine is now clear. So, if you wish, you can search. You can go and search the altar. You can search the corpse if you want, or if you want to try and figure out what this thief was trying to break into, you can do that as well.
I think I've had my moment.
So take stock of everyone and head back over to the brick.
Okay.
I think I'm cleaning my weapon. That foul stench.
I'll do some scurrying on the corpses and check them out.
Right, so on the corpses of the acolytes, Aramil, you find an amulet around one of them's necks, and you also find inside its skull, the skull that was on the end of Darid's sword, a gold tooth, which you think is probably worth around 4 gold pieces. The amulet is called a channel protection amulet.
I take it and I put it around my neck.
Okay. On the corpse of the thief, you find a rapier. It's written a rapier in the adventure. What I will make it is a longsword. It is a magical longsword. It's a longsword +1. There are 4 daggers, a silver ring worth 5 gold pieces, a minor potion of healing, and a dark vision elixir. Okay, Darid, you fiddle around with the brick.
Well, before I touch the brick, I'm going over, I'm going to use my innate ability to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, so the longsword appears as magical. A mace that Aramil is wielding is magical. The elixir, the minor potion of healing are magical, and a few of the other items that Aramil picked up from earlier are also magical. More importantly, you see from within the brick area that the thief's hand was in, there is something magical inside the alcove.
But not so the brick. The brick. There's no sort of magical effect on the brick or anything.
No, it's coming from behind.
Use sword or whatever I need to do and try and sort of pry it out.
Okay. Using the sword as a lever, you manage to overcome whatever force was preventing the thief from opening it. And the brick moves to the side, and a small alcove door swings open. And it's from inside that you can see the source of magic. There are 3 items. There is a scroll.
Yeah.
There is a wand, and sitting underneath the scroll, a circular brass object.
Right. I'll take that out and have a look.
Okay. The brass object appears to be a compass of sorts. It looks
Hey.
like that.
Okay, does this mean now that I pick it up and own it as a character, I can have
you
one?
actually get one?
You get a free heal between sessions.
You just drop round our house. I've got one for you here. Anytime you just come over.
I'll bring my tea bags.
Yeah.
So you do in fact find a wayfinder. You flick it open. You can see the compass inside. There is no iron stone in it. There's no iron stone embedded in it. It is empty at the top. But it has all the other features of a society wayfinder. Inscribed inside the inner bevel here are 4 names, and you recognise those names as the names of the Rose Guard.
I was going to say it's Dave, Steve, Mike, and Richard.
Yes, it is in fact.
This is old.
This is old. Yes, this is an artifact from when the Rose Guard faced Belcora here 500 years ago. The names that are inscribed in the surface are Asifna, Voj, Zarmavdian, and Otari. They're the 4 names of the 4 members of the Rose Guard.
4 surviving ones, isn't it?
No, there were only 4 members.
Four members.
Otari was killed during the battle with Belcora.
That was it.
And then Asifna, Zarmavdian, and Voj all retired and founded the city of Otari 500 years ago in their fallen friend's honour.
Okay, I'll get a sort of a piece of cloth out, wrap that, and I will look at that once we rest. Can I read the scroll?
Yeah. So the scroll is a scroll of restore senses. And the wand is a 1st level wand of heal. So that will allow you to cast heal at 1st level once per day.
Would I know, does that work for anyone?
The wand?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I will have to check. I believe that anyone could use it if they made an Arcana check, but I will have to check if they can just flat use it, because it's a divine item. I will check that between sessions because I don't know off the top of my head.
That's cool. I will take all of them for now. Is the scroll a cleric scroll, or is it?
I should have checked earlier.
Either way, for now, I'll pocket it anyway, and I'll show Kingsman at a more convenient point.
Yeah.
Ladris, are you a fighter?
Yes, I'm the city captain guard.
I want to hand Ladris the +1 magical sword that I got off the corpse.
That's a very kind gift, Aramil.
Darad also uses a longsword.
Who does?
Darad.
Yeah.
Your colleague.
I'll say that's a very kind gift, Aramil, but I have the king's sword. And
Darad, I have this magical mace I would love to hand you, and I give Darad the mace.
That is kind of you, Aramil, but I can't use them, I'm afraid.
Why not?
My order, we only use longswords.
Okay, well, I'll take it back then.
We'll do a handing swapping thing.
Oh, you take the magical item. No, you have it.
Ladris, would you like this mace, and would you give Darren the sword instead?
That sounds like a fair deal for me.
All right, so I give Ladris the magical mace.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so you finish searching this room, and you've been told, Aramil, I assume you relay this to the rest of your companions. Now you have a chance to just sort of take stock and recover after the combat, that there is more levels to this place than just the ruined keep, which is in fact exactly what Rin suspected when she sent you here, that there was something more to the keep or to the gauntlet than surface observations would indicate. You're also clearly missing Lex at the moment. She did not teleport here with you, and although you believe Otari is safe, you have the opportunity to return to Otari now if you wish to do so. Report back to Rin on your findings. She's probably going to be quite interested in the fact that you found a shrine to Nimbleoff, so this would indicate that Belcora was a potential follower of the Empty Death, and confirm Rin's suspicions that there are more levels to this place. Yasmin Transit you can sell. If you recall from earlier sessions, I did say that Rin would reimburse if you want to sell any of those items, and you can have the chance to get some shopping done. So if you do want to return back to Otari now, you can do so. You can rest and recover from the last few days' excitement, and
we need to fall back and get back with Lex and sort out what's going on next.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Real quick though, too, before we go any further, I want to let everybody know what I found when I came down at the bottom, the letter. I want to share that with them. So you've got if you can just whatever rattle off the bullet points of what all that was. Yeah. So there is more levels to this place, and as Aramil hands you the letter, you see that Boss Scrawn has indicated that at least one of the levels where the Mitflits were living before had been taken over by what the creature describes as mushroom-eyed people. So if you want, you can make a nature check to try and ascertain what that creature might be.
Nature?
Yeah. Is that for everybody or just Darren?
Yeah, everybody can have a go if they want.
That's 20.
25.
25.
There you go. Don't need to.
Okay. So from that brief description, you think that the Mitflit creatures may be talking about creatures that are called Morlocks.
Oh. As in the time machine?
Yeah. As in the time machine.
Cool.
And more worryingly, the letter talks about something that's described as the Wizard King. You have no idea what that might be. But it doesn't sound good.
But wasn't this the Wizard Mushroom King?
Yeah, it was the Wizard King of the Morlocks. So
right.
It's probably indicated that there's a Morlock with magical powers. What
I was thinking it's
mean.
A mushroom, Leshy, Wizard King. Big mushroom hat on.
We can have that if you like, but it's not.
Nope.
Little Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We get a red one.
So you know that there are many other levels below the gauntlet, and you've been somewhat paid by treasure that the Mitflits didn't want to take with them to go and assassinate somebody and wipe out the Morlocks.
Right, so that's where we're heading next.
My duty is to Otari and to inform the mayor that the undead rising has been stopped by Kingsman, and also to make sure that my lieutenant secured the pub and saved the people inside. So that's my duty. That I'm going to have to take a strong march back to Atari. I can also check on Lex if you want me to.
I think are we all heading that way, Steve? Did you say we can all go to Atari?
I feel we
do some
need to,
shopping?
yes.
Yeah, you can all go back to Otari. You can sell the items that you've collected as treasure. You can, relax, recover, heal, and
I will definitely buy you all a beer at the pub.
or maybe two.
Or maybe two.
And then we can reciprocate, you see. You buy one, I buy one. Aramil, we're not so sure, but Darren buy one.
Now, wait a minute.
Okay, so
what was the elixir in that that was on the body?
It was an dark vision elixir.
Dark vision.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I'll post all this treasure into the WhatsApp group as well. Anyway, so you've got it in writing. Okay, so you head back to Otari. Ladris does put you at some strict pace. He's obviously keen to get there as soon as possible. And within the hour, you are back at the familiar bridge that leads into town. And as you cross it, you see ahead of you a large gathering of people. And they're all stood in front of what looks like a cart, like a hay cart or a lumber cart that's parked in the middle of the street. And you can see, stood on the top of that cart is the mayor himself, Osef Menhims. He appears to be in the middle of delivering a speech to this assembled crowd before him. And you can hear him as you get into earshot. And thanks to my timely decision to dispatch this band of heroes, along with our very own captain of the guard, Ladris Longsaddle, to the churchyard to deal with this undead menace, at its root, I have effectively saved our fair city from certain ruin. Suddenly, somebody from the crowd in front of Menhims spots you, and they shout out, "Hey, there they are!" And without missing a beat, Osef continues. And as our saviors return to revel in their glory, just remember that I, Osef Menhims, intend to return this town to its full commercial glory. We shall rebuild. We shall improve. I shall ensure quality in all of our markets. Just remember, Menhims Lumber is here to support you all. But now, and with this, he turns around and facing your direction. Let us celebrate our returning heroes. And he sort of gestures magnanimously in your direction. A massive cheer goes up from the crowd. They all start chanting your name, Kingsman, 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 Aramil, Darren, Ladris, and there are smiles, and they surge forward to congratulate you. Your hands are thrust into your own. People clap you on the shoulder. They all want a piece of the fame and celebrity you suddenly find bestowed upon yourself. Flagons of ale are pushed into your hands. Food is offered. Babies handed over to kiss. You are treated as the heroes that you suddenly feel you deserve. Within short order, you're at the cart, stood looking up at Osef Menhims. You are pushed up and you stand alongside him as he shakes each of your hands, and you feel thrust into your palms a small bag of coins that you notice contains 20 gold pieces. So you each get 20 gold.
When he shakes my hand, I squeak.
As he turns you around after shaking your hand, somebody else lays medallions over your head. These are small wooden medallions that are hung on ruby red ribbons. And as you look down on them, you see it carved into their faces are the words "Hero of Otari." In smaller script around the outside, it reads, "Sponsored by Menhims Lumber." You spot Rin in the crowd. She makes her way slowly over to you and shouts up from below. Don't worry. It's good to see you all back. Lex is okay. She's recovering back at the house. She's fine. Well done on all you've done. We need to talk clearly, but for now, let's just celebrate and enjoy ourselves.
With the crowd around and stuff,
Yeah.
am I able to sort of get a moment, step up as the cleric sort of thing, and quieten down? We owe thanks for surviving the dear IMA. The church is what provided saving of this town. The magic, the power with the church is where your faith and your cheers need to be. And the mayor himself has sworn to restore the church to its former glory after the damage it has received. We should all be thankful. And with that, I will let out my last heal spell and sort of glow myself and the area around me, sort of beacon of magical divineness.
So everything you said leading up to that point, you had probably the attention of about 4 people in the crowd of possibly 150. Nobody was really listening to you. They're all just, enjoying the excuse for a party. There's drink, food being handed out.
I've got to do the priestly thing, man. I've got to get my
exactly. The last that anybody wants as a party is somebody giving speeches. So they were all generally ignored. However, this display of raw power and healing, and there are some injured people in the crowd, because these people had been battling the zombies in the street, and they're suddenly healed by this emanation of magical energy from you, their newest hero. That gets their attention, and you can have a hero point for that as well.
Nice,
cool.
If only you're up in the
Thank you.
That's cool.
So the party goes on for the rest of the day. You can enjoy yourselves. We are going to wrap up the session there, and you get the opportunity to take a full day's rest and relax. And when we pick up the next session, we can get back into what happens next. But for now, enjoy being heroes. Well done for clearing out the first level of the life.
Well done. That was, and we went up a level to see.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Whoa.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. Cool.
So I will say to Alan, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you. That was great fun. I loved swinging that sword around.
I like Pathfinder fighters. They're pretty good. You did a lot of damage, and getting the crit just because you get to 10 more than the armor class as well. That's I like that feature. That's one of my favorite things about Pathfinder.
He's just thankful he doesn't have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning again anymore.
Well, yeah, that is true. But no, really appreciate you getting up so early for us and coming to join us. That was
I tell you, there are not many things I would get up that early for, and this is one of them.
Nice.
Right.
Cheers,
so I'll put on the ending music, so I do actually remember that we are wrapping this session up.
Yep. Right. I'll do you do this bit, Steve. I'll do the next bit.
What's the next bit then? Pushing the button.
Yeah, you got to put up the end credits, and I put up the splash screen, and then you go raid someone.
Excellent. We are a professional outfit.
Clearly.
Neatly meshed.
Behind the scenes.
So all that's left to do is foreshadow the next session, obviously. So our scene cuts to a circular chamber. Flickering torchlight lines the walls, the room's only illumination. At the centre of the room lies a large metal table, strapped atop which is a gaunt, pale and now clearly dead male dwarf. You hear a voice shout in consternation. Useless creature. Its fear was great and powerful, but it was weak-willed. Weak, useless creature. Get rid of it. Rid of it, I say. From out of view, you see 2 wights appear and begin to unbind the body to remove it. Bring in the next one. The mistress will want to know the range. Yes, bring in the younger one. Her fear is a sharp and tart thing. It's strong. Let's see if she is strong too. The wights disappear from view, carrying the dwarf's dead body between them. And a few moments later, they return, dragging behind them a struggling young woman. They force her onto the table and strap her into the dwarf's place. All the while, she continues to struggle and fight against her binds. Yes! It will power the artifact. Sweet, sweet fear.